And the unmistakable greeting to Las Vegas, just a stone's throw away. And welcome to the NBA Cup semifinals. This a huge game. The winner tonight will represent the West in the final, joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for Keldon Johnson.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
And a look at the starters for the Spurs. Sohan and Wemby are the bigs. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox, and it's Vassell in at the small forward position. And for the Timberwolves, Ebb is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's the General in at the 1 spot. And in last year's NBA Cup West Semi, we got a blowout. The Lakers beating the Pelicans 133-89.
Well, it was a 13-point game at the half. LeBron and the Lakers won the third quarter 43-17, putting that one away. And King James, he had 30 points. AD with 16 and 15 for LA.
Now here's Vassell. Here's Sohan. And a miss there on the triple. Here's the General. He's covered by Fox. The General, no good. Here's Castle. Pass to Fox. Misses the layup. Here's Minnesota, and they are the winners of 24 consecutive games, which ties a record set by those dominant Warriors teams back in 2016.
Well, it's really unbelievable. I had a 10-game win streak with the Magic as a head coach, and I'm trying to imagine more than doubling that kind of a run. It's really unthinkable, the amount of consistent good fortune and effort that it takes to do something like this.
Yep, that one's good.
Well, it took them 4 tries to get their first bucket. Let's see if they can build off that.
From the arc. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Now, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
And it's rejected. And as it goes out of bounds, San Antonio will keep possession. First quarter and about a minute and a half in. Pass to Sohan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Launches it after missing his first attempt. Now 1 for 2.
Well, we're seeing the progress on Sohan's jumper. Hard work in the offseason paying off.
Well, Coach, Minnesota turning back the clock last year. Most of their lineups had multiple bigs.
Yeah, and we saw how effective it was, especially on defense. Minnesota led the league in defensive rating by a wide margin, and that length was a key factor.
Now here's Fox. His numbers are solid, putting up around 18 points a game. And there's the foul. It's on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Now here's Vassell, making a mark on the offensive end, scoring around 13 a game.
He hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient.
The General passes to Gobert. Outside McDaniels. Pass to Randle. Here's the General. 6 to shoot. Here's Gobert, covered by Wembanyama. Here's the General. Hook it, and it's Randle with the assist. The General's got 12, and what an incredible achievement from MP recently. Grant, he turned in one of the most efficient games you will ever see.
Well, you talk about what it means to dominate. MP was the definition of that with his performance. Now, everything fell for him, and it looked like he was a man amongst boys.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, guys. Well, the General, their last time out against the Lakers, was a man on a mission. He ended up with 58 points and hit a bunch of threes. No surprises there. He was a force of nature in that game. He made the opposition look utterly helpless.
Great report there, Allie. It was obvious he could do anything he wanted. A fantastic win.
Well, I'll tell you, he was enjoying himself out there, kind of like us here in the broadcast booth. And whoever was matched up against him wasn't enjoying themselves.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Reed's checked in for Minnesota. DiVincenzo comes in for McDaniels. And San Antonio with a change here, too. Johnson, he's checked in for Wembanyama. And, Coach, how about Naz Reid, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner?
Yeah, Brian, sort of unique. We often associate that award with shooting guards, but although he's a big, Reid is more than capable of putting up big numbers, including from long distance.
Beautiful move there from Fox. His speed and handles are a lethal combination.
54 seconds left in the first. Here's the general. He's covered by Fox. Now Vassell. Still no points. Takes a three. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. Minnesota leading by 6. Here's the general. Pass to Reid. Over to the left wing. Now here's DiVincenzo. 5 on the clock. Randall outside. The three is up. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Yeah, a shot that Randall has added to his repertoire. Shooting the three with confidence now.
And here's Fox. Lets the three fly. And so it's Minnesota. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. All right, we'll get back to... We're just 3 quarters away from... Substitution here for San Antonio. Sohan's checked in for Victor Wembanyama. Vassell comes in for Barnes. Castle's checked in for Branham. And Fox is subbed in for Chris Paul. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Thanks, guys. Well, the Spurs with some experienced additions, bringing in Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes, their mentorship is likely just as valuable to this young roster as their contributions on the court. And with legendary head coach Greg Popovich, they're creating an environment for growth in San Antonio. They're really building things the right way, guys.
All right, Chums, appreciate the report. So, on the floor for San Antonio, they've got De'Aaron Fox, Jeremy Sohan out there with Johnson. Then there's Devin Vassell, and it's Castle in at the shooting guard.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now. 12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Three-pointer, Fox. Again, the miss by Fox.
His struggles this quarter are self-evident, and the team just continues to suffer for it.
There's 31 seconds left in the first half.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
And the general gets it to go.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Spurs trail by 15. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Three-pointer, Fox. Fox can't get that one to fall.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with a 3 of his own.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Timberwolves ahead, up by 15. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Welcome, everyone, to
the Grizzlies struggling to stay healthy. Missing star point guard Ja Morant. From day one, he's been the leader and a producer. But beyond that, he gives his teammates a reason to believe. They believe they can win with him on the floor. We'll see if anyone can step up.
And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I'm not going to say this.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get...
And we welcome you once again for the second half of play here at the NBA Cup semifinals. Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue, but in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's the general in at the 1. So that's the lineup from Minnesota. Fox, that's good.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
It's stolen by Wembanyama. Fox moving fast.
They're one of the fastest players in the game. When Fox attacks the defense, he puts so much pressure on them.
Grant, when you talk about De'Aaron Fox, what an exciting player.
That he is, and just now entering the prime years of his career. We've seen him make great strides the last few years, and it's scary trying to think just how much he can still improve.
Stan, one of the most impressive streaks in sports history, the San Antonio Spurs, one of the smallest markets in the NBA, making 22 consecutive playoffs.
Yeah, and Brian, there's nothing that I respect more than consistent success year after year. I think it's harder than having that one great year. What San Antonio did in those years is incredible.
And they had a great sideline reporter out here, too.
Good-looking guy.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, Brian. Well, De'Aaron Fox, the inaugural 2023 Clutch Player of the Year, he said, quote, "You can't be afraid to fail. Obviously, you're not going to make every shot, but my team puts me in position to succeed, so the least I can do is have confidence in myself to take good shots." Brian?
Allie, thanks. You know, he's become a star. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Wembanyama, screen on Randle. Here's Sohan.
They're staying right on the ball there. Randle with a nice shot contest, making a difference at both ends of the floor.
Here's the general. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
From downtown. Edwards pulls it in.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Spurs trail by 18. Vassell outside. Back to Fox. It's blocked by Gobert.
Well, you have to be aware of Gobert on the floor. He's got a few Defensive Player of the Year trophies.
And yep, it's good.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. And San Antonio with a change here, too. Johnson's checked in. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Three-pointer, Fox. San Antonio again can't hit.
And they need his offense right now, but his shot is just not falling.
Spurs trail by 20. Here's Castle. A steady force on their offense, recording around 14.5 a game. Fox, that's good.
Yeah, and after not making any triples in the first half, that's his second since the break.
The general passes to McDaniels. Here's the general. And again for 3.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely. Looking to shoot as much as possible. Pass to Sohan. Outside Johnson. This one for 3. Edwards pulls it in. Edwards has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's the general. He's covered by Fox. Here's the general. The shot from the low post is good. The Generals got 35.
Well, his offense is carrying them right now. And even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gobert. For San Antonio, Mamukelashvili's checked in for Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's checked in for San Antonio. Paul comes in for Fox. Tries a three off the inbound. Good! Another from three. Whew, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
The BA, he's on fire.
So on the floor for San Antonio, we've got Barnes. He's out there with Chris Paul. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Johnson. And it's Mamukelashvili in at the 4. San Antonio again can't hit.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
From outside the arc, it's hauled in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Barnes. Right side Paul. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's on Anthony Edwards.
The defense gets him. Business, but his instincts are just too good. He's still able to get off his shot and draw the foul.
Castle's checked in for Mamukelashvili. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Coach, when you watch Wemby, it's not the height that jumps out. It's the way he moves with that height.
Brian, I've been around the NBA a long time, and you think you've seen it all. But when you see someone with Wembanyama's size and the things he can do, his ball handling, his shooting range, the way he moves, blocking shots, this guy is one of a kind.
Feels like he's emerging as the face of the NBA soon.
I think that's what we all expect.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Pass to Wembanyama. And here's Paul for 3. Yes! And it's Wembanyama picking up the assist. Wembanyama's got 3 assists tonight. Takes the 3. Drills it from deep. The Generals got 43 points.
He's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
And we've got a timeout call by Greg Popovich. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. A different look for San Antonio. Sohan's checked in for Johnson. Vassell comes in for Barnes. And Fox is subbed in for Paul. 4th quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Fox. It's blocked by Gobert.
In the long haul, it's difficult to protect your shot from Gobert's reach.
San Antonio with the ball. Trailing by 19. Vassell against McDaniels. Blocked again!
McDaniels is such a disruptive defender. Inside, outside, he's a pest everywhere.
And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
Oh, amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages them to keep attacking on the offensive end.
San Antonio with the ball. And there's a bevy of young talent in the NBA right now. Who are you most excited to see grow into a star, Stan?
Well, what I'm really excited about, Brian,
Connects again from distance.
Another 3 for him. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
Well, he's just pouring it on, and he's tied for the 5th most triples ever in a single game. Back to Fox. Let's go with a 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's the General. And again for 3.
And this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for third now for most threes in a game.
And the points keep piling up and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from downtown. Sochan outside, pass to Fox to halt the run. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. Fox has got 19 points.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it. It's safe to say they have dominated this game.
Good! That's another bucket!
And this guy is just a historically great scorer.
And he stands alone with the 5th most career 50-point performances.
Yet only Harden, Kobe, MJ, and Wilt have more. That's a who's who of great scorers.
And it's Fox with the jam.
Even though he's just 6'3", Fox can really get up, including slamming it down in style.
Here's the General. The three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for San Antonio. Fox can't get that one to fall. The Timberwolves shooting 58% from the... Good! Another from 3.
And he's topped his own personal best. A new second-place mark for most single-game triples. He is never shy when it comes time to launch.
Not at all. Casting away and making a little history in the process. What a privilege to be here and witness this. He's as good as it gets from long distance. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Connects again from distance.
And of course it falls for him. And that 3 pushing him into the record books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. A night we'll never forget. Looking to get back on track. And he lays it up and in.
Right there, Fox using his length to do damage inside.
4-3. The General, no good.